16th fret. That's Andy Flowers on guitar. Brendan Stipes on phones. His brother Soft serves in a little time in the clink in the Kentucky area, and we support this kid. He's white and he's in jail. You got to support him. I'm hoping to see him on lockup throwing cream corn into a plastic dish with some crip. How are you, folks? Welcome to the show. Last live show of the week. Tomorrow, best of. I get parents I haven't seen in 11 years, and they're taking it personally. Know what I'm saying? I think you do. I tried to use a payphone today. That was funny. Just because I saw one. No, it's fucking funny. Had gum and shit stuck to it. Da-na-na-na-na-na. What did I want to talk about? I want to talk. First of all, enjoy the best of the week. Is that what it's called now?
Yeah, tomorrow we're going to run the best of this week.
I thought it was like one specific show you play.
And you'll hear it again on Sunday in our normal time slot.
Fat Black Pussycat, Tuesday, August 8th. September 16th, Newtown Theater, Newtown, Pennsylvania. That's a killer gig.
Yeah, good room.
Killer gig. Then go to nickdip.com for tour dates. And starting Monday, August 7th, we move to 8 p.m. Monday, the 7th, folks. 8 o'clock in the east. What is that in the west? Can't do my 5 in the west. Special counsel just handed to me Robert Mueller and panel's Washington grand jury and Russia probe. Special counsel Robert Mueller has impaneled a grand jury to investigate Russia's interference in the 2016 elections. A sign that his inquiry is growing in intensity and entering a new phase. Really? Brendan's like, yeah, what do you got there? You see right at the top of the article, intensity, it's growing. And this is yet a further sign that this long-term, large-scale series of prosecutions being contemplated and being pursued by special counsel Stephen I. Vladeck, a law professor at University of Texas. Wow, I wonder how he voted, huh? There you go. This is what you have to read between the lines. If there was already a grand jury in Alexandria looking at Flynn, there will be no need to reinvent the wheel for the same guy. He said, hopingly, with his fingers crossed and his talk. Hopingly, is that a word? This suggests that the investigation is bigger and wider than Flynn, perhaps substantially so. You can just see him. They drew Thomas Zeno, a federal prosecutor for 29 years. Before becoming a lawyer, said the grand jury is confirmation that this is a very vigorous investigation going on. This doesn't mean he is going to bring charges, Mr. Zeno caught, but it shows he is very serious. He wouldn't do this if it were winding down. Yeah, he would. It's all a big show until you idiots believe it. That's what it is. It's a kabuki film. Another sign of the investigation is ramp up. Greg Andres, a top partner in powerhouse New York law firm Davis Polk and Wardwell, has joined Mr. Mueller's team. People like Greg Andres don't leave private practice willy-nilly, Mr. Zeno said. The fact is he's being added after a couple of months shows how serious this is. And it could last a long time. Yes, it's going to last until you fucking idiots believe it, which half of you already do. You've been doing this for over a year now, and you don't have evidence of collusion. Yes, we know they fucked with the elections by getting Hillary Clinton's email and releasing them. We know that. But your collusion, you got your hand in your dick. Why don't you just come clean? CNN, MSNBC, Adam's Apple. Flowers, are you with me?
I am.
The developments unfolded amid a new sign of concern by Congress that Mr. Mueller's independence needs to be protected. They're afraid that Trump's going to, can him. That came from Tom Tillis, Republican, North Carolina. He should be taken out and spanked. And Chris Coons, who's just an idiot from Delaware. They introduced legislation Thursday making it harder for the president to fire Mr. Mueller. Under the legislation, a special counsel could challenge his or her removal with a 3-judge panel ruling within 14 days whether the firing is done. This doesn't sound like a fucking big dick in the ass to you people. Wake up out there! And if you want to wake up, don't drink Dunkin' Donuts coffee. They're not serving cops, I just heard. So fuck them. It's one place I always sung their praises, Dunkin' Donuts. I'll get to them in a few minutes. Anyways, the introduction of two bills with two different bipartisan pairs strengthens the message there is broad concern about this, Mr. Kuhn said, who's a lying cocksucker. I've seen him many times on TV, who said that Mr. Tillis approached him on the Senate floor about teaming up to fuck Trump. These are all career politicians who are threatened by an outsider. Make no mistake about it. Make me sick. Ooh, let's convene a grand jury. By the way, Mueller and Comey used to jerk each other off, literally, like in men's rooms in Washington. Okay, not literally. Maybe I exaggerated. I think they were seen kissing on the neck. But it's all a big poo-poo. You know that. All these are all... Well, even the president said these are all Hillary supporters. We know that, right? Mueller and Comey are life partners. Mr. Comey was the top justice official in the George W. Bush administration when Mr. Mueller was the FBI director. Both were appointed by Republicans, which shows you how Republicans are. You deserve to get what you're getting. Republicans, you spineless weasels. Starting with Mitch McConnell, you no-chin, giant-eyed fucking old crusty white drooling fool. By the way, he's from Brendan's home state. At least 8 members of Mr. Mueller's team have given to Democratic candidates, including the presidential campaign of Mr. Obama and Mrs. Clinton, according to FEC records. At least one, James Quarles, a member of the Watergate Special Prosecution, what's he in his late hundreds, has donated to politicians in both parties. Mr. Andres in March supported a Democratic lawmaker, donating $2,700 to Kirsten Gillibrand. You couldn't get more left-wing. She's right here in New York City. I think she's gay, right? She's openly gay, Brendan, And Mr. Mueller made 2 contributions in They have to throw this in the end. It's literally the last sentence. Mr. Mueller made 2 contributions in 1996 to Republican William Weld, then a candidate for U.S. Senate in Massachusetts. So that's according to the Center of Responsive Politics, which tracks money in politics. Give me a break. I see Dean Abdullah. What's his last name?
It's close enough.
No, come on. What is it?
Now you got me fucked up. Dean Obadallah.
Abdullah. You got a big shit-eating grand panel. This guy's a lawyer, too. But he's laughing. He goes, there's probably no collusion, but I'm telling you, Flynn and Paul Manafort. Okay, whatever. Do whatever. They did business over there. Jesus Christ. Enough for it. Oh, my God. It really is. This is tremendous. I just can't, I can't believe this. Mueller and Comey. Right there. Nobody. And here's what I don't understand about our system. Trump can fire like Mueller if he wanted to. I guess, and again, I'm not, politics 101 here, but if he did that, it would look awful funny. That's why he doesn't do it. Right? I mean, is that the common wisdom? Obviously he fires the independent counsel. He's trying to hide something. But is this how it works? Flowers, you studied law for like 11 minutes. Mm-hmm. Right? You all right over there?
Yeah, I'm okay.
You seem a little out of sorts.
No, I'm fine.
Fucking guy, I can't read him. How was the Fish concert?
It was
Get
good.
Any jizz on you?
Why would that be a thing?
That's a big fucking gay band. I'm kidding. Must have got high, though. A lot of weed, huh? Fish?
It
acid
hits you.
Anybody tripping?
I'm sure all of the above.
So, yeah, keep that, Mr. Mueller, good luck. Get that special counsel. Go get the whole, subpoena everybody. That's what you're doing. You can, a grand jury, you start subpoenaing documents and shit. And so this is serious. But let's not fucking find out what Hillary's 33,000 emails and bleaching shit and Debbie Wasserman, ugly face Schultz, and her fucking Middle East Pakistani guy smashing hard drives in his fucking garage. Let's not look into that with a thick ankle dog face. Let's not look into any of that. Loretta Lynch meeting Clinton on a plane. That's all just fucking nonsense. Huh? There's only one team playing by the rules here, folks. Does anybody... This is fucking outrageous to me. It's outrageous. I say they have to. They can't spend this kind of money. You know, Mueller's he's got 1,000 lawyers now. He's got 16 of them under his right. So they have to. Aren't they obligated to find something? Isn't this taxpayer dollars being spent? Don't they have to come up? Isn't it how people like this justify their existence? He has to come up with something. I'd be nervous if I was Paul Manafort or General Flynn. You know, or I think Ivanka had some Russian dressing on her chin one night, and she'll be coming under subpoena. But aren't they going to keep doing this until they make something up? And then the idiots who voted for the thick-ankled dog face, see? Told ya. But even Dean, our boy Dean Ubadella. Dean Ubadella. Why can't I find... Anyways, he's a Palestinian Sicilian and a lawyer, and he contributes to CNN. So every day he comes in with a big shit-eating grin. But even he goes, I don't think there's any collusion, but, you know, I think Manafort might... And I go, yeah, well, we all know that. But you've been digging at this for 13, 14 months now. You big jizz bags. Let it go. Let it go. Oh, God. Hey, this isn't working, Andy. Check the buttons.
My button.
Is it all right?
The way you make me
yeah, there you go. There you go. The Fish concert kid. Asleep again at the switch.
Asleep again.
Jesus Christ. Wake up over there, will you? I'm hitting my buttons, get dead.
That one was on me.
He's over there. Oh, that one was on you. As opposed to the other 6 that were on fucking Stuttering John. Oh, you better wake up and get with it, son. Please. We've had 3 clean openings since we started the show.
You're such full of shit.
Okay, 6 clean openings. Now let's see if this works.
I fucking hate the way you make me fucking ride you. Get the fuck out of here.
Fine.
Did you have your meeting with Sirius?
I did.
And how'd it go?
All right.
It went all right?
Yeah.
Well, you look really depressed. I think it went all right for them, the way you look at your face. So Fish opened with Take It in the Ass. What was the second song? Gobble, gobble, goo, goo. Da-da-da-da-ding-dong. Anyhow. Wait a minute. Wait just a minute now. Let's go to George in Texas. Jorge, welcome to the show.
What's up, my brother? What you doing, man?
Oh, you know, just kicking it old school, yo.
Hey, check it out, man. I love this Republican versus Republican action. It makes it feel like a biracial porn. You can feel and love the hate, brother. So for me as a spectator, I love this shit. But I want to tell you, there's 4 reasons why you're wrong about this Russia shit.
Oh, God, you're so stupid, George. Honest to God, you are fucking retarded. But go ahead. Your thoughts.
I'm telling you, it's Wolverines, Rambo 2 and 3.
What?
And Rocky fucking 4. And that's why you should fucking be, I don't give a shit what you think about Trump or the president or whoever. You should always be against our common motherfucking enemy, which is fucking Russia. We seem to forgot that.
Oh, yeah. Country. All of a sudden
I grew up in the 80s, brother.
George,
and you never were on the Russian side.
What the fuck? And you were always on the Russian side. You always fucking on the Russian. You guys love Stalinists. That's what you believe in, you leftist fucks. And now Trump's president. Oh, you're all anti. You guys want a fucking war.
Want a war? Trump makes us look weak. That's why we're fixing to get a war.
Oh, yeah.
North Korea.
No. Yeah, Obama made us look strong on the national stage. Come on, George. You're really failing miserably today. Must be the heat.
But Obama held the room together. You know what I'm talking about. When you walk into a room, the world is like a party. And when you walk into a party, and if you're the guy that controls the room, then hell, no one fucks with you. But if you're that belligerent drunk guy saying, I'm the best, grabbing asses, grabbing pussies, they're going to be out
listen to
that. And that's the way life is.
That is the dumbest fucking... But anyways, if you walk into a party and there's a guy on his knees sucking everybody's cock, nobody respects him. That would be Obama.
Hey, why, what? Trump's getting Russian chicks feet on him or what?
Yeah, where's that proof, George? You're swinging. You're scraping the barrel today.
I'll send you a link for your record.
All right,
man. Nice talking with you, homie.
All right, Jorge. Gracias. I don't know why I say that. He's George from Texas. I'm assuming
chances are good.
Just fucking white guy. See, but guys like George, he's taking the bait. It's been 13 months. It's been over a year you've been digging for collusion. And you just want to be right. You don't want... for the love of Pete. Let's go to Dave in Virginia. Hi, Dave. How are you? Let's hear your fucking idiotic comments.
All right, so
this isn't Meet the Press. Go ahead. Feel free.
All right. Listen,
yes.
I'm retired military, and
all right.
I'm a registered Republican. So I'll go out and start with that.
Yes,
but I got to tell you, I'm not a Trump fan at all.
Okay, fair enough.
All right.
Why? So Dave, let me ask you why though, because people say that a lot of times, and you might dislike him for a different reason than somebody else did. You're a military guy, so I would guess you probably lean a little conservative, Virginia military, and he's not conservative enough for you, or you just don't think he has a grasp of things?
He comes across as a bumbling buffoon, and his tweets don't help him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And as a guy who's been up front and had to be a leader,
right.
you lose confidence, and once you lose the confidence of the people that are out there, it's hard to get that back. And it's just one comment and another comment and another comment.
Okay, so you'd rather you're judging him like the mainstream media because he doesn't talk like he's a Harvard Law fucking grad like Obama, by the way, which is he's rough around the edges.
And Obama, you hit the nail on the head with the foreign policy.
Right.
Obama's foreign policy was weak stance. And I served under Obama for 8 years, and I retired under Obama.
Okay.
And when I retired under Obama, I did not get a letter from Obama. I can get a letter from all the presidents. I did not ask for a letter from Obama.
Right.
So.
Okay.
He was not my biggest fan either. So,
right.
But listen, the whole, I want to go back to the whole thing about Mueller and his why it's taking so long. If it was a one and done, hey, there's nothing there. When you do an investigation, and I've had to do this. I was a legal officer in the military. Now I'm not a lawyer, but I was a legal officer. When you do investigations, I've had to do command investigations in the military. When you do an investigation, if there's nothing there, then you can complete it pretty quickly. If there's something there, you have to dig deeper, and you want to make sure everything is all the I's are dotted and T's are crossed. Now, if there's something there, if Mueller's found something,
right?
They're not going to come out and say anything until now, maybe on Flynn and only Flynn, but they're not going to say anything until everything has been exhausted and they're ready to come out with charges or whatever it may be that they're going to come out with.
Yeah.
It may not even be charges. It just may be, hey, this is what we found, and it's the end of the story.
Okay.
And so that's why it's taken so long.
Okay. Well, it's not taking, when you keep saying it's taking long, they're just getting started.
Well, I know, but you're saying 13 months. I mean, Mueller just got on the case, what?
Right. Just recently.
Ago.
But they've been digging forever. You don't think there'd be some hardcore evidence at this point?
Well, I think that they found something, and it's now led to something.
Yeah,
now,
that's what they want you to
now bringing the subpoenas and so forth.
That's what they want you to believe. I think there's nothing. It's all a kabuki theater, and they're going to keep doing it because half the population is dumb enough to believe it, and they'll bring. They have to, because you just said the law, and they spend a ton of money. He's got 16 lawyers working. So isn't that how they justify their existence? These special counsels, they have to come up with something, or the taxpayers will be irate. Isn't that how it usually works?
Well, they either have to come up with a definitive. Here's nothing and here's why, or there was something and here's why.
Right.
They're not going to, and so I think that, they're going to make sure they do a thorough investigation. That's why Mueller, all the stuff before Mueller took place was speculation.
Right.
I think.
Okay. Hey, do you have a problem with Mueller and Comey being best friends? And 8 of the lawyers, actually donating to the Democrats, and seems a little slanted, no?
Yeah, well, I think I think Comey did a good job of when he stayed on and was with President Trump.
Yeah,
I think what he did, except for leaking when he said he leaked.
Yeah,
they called it a leak. I think he did a very good job of trying to do a little CYA because who knows what the president was going to do? Because the president's a wild card. He really is.
Well, that's what I like.
He's not like any other president we've had.
That's right. And people keep looking at him like he is. And the mainstream media keeps reporting on him like he is. And that's to me the biggest. These career politicians, David, you're Virginia, so they are nervous on both sides of the aisle that this guy.
Oh, absolutely. And I don't follow any of the mainstream news outlets. I can't stand listening to any of them.
Where do you go for your news?
It just gets to
other than my show.
I go to see. I'm a defense contractor. I support the U.S. Army now, and we get what's called the early bird, and it's all the headlines, and it's a mix across all news sources, including military news sources, and so you pick and read, and then I do my own analysis. That's what I do for a living. So I kind of weed through the chaff, and try to see where the ground truth lies.
Very good. Hey, Dave, thanks for your service too.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks,
and keep doing what you're doing.
All right,
you got to. I just started listening to you recently, so I enjoy it.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, bye.
Call back. All right. Nick in New York on line 6. Nick, welcome to the show. I think it's a witch hunt. Your thoughts?
Oh, my God. The witch hunt. I mean, first of all, my main point is every single thing, every little detail leaks right now that's going on. If there was any like real evidence that there was collusion or anything, it guaranteed 100% would have been leaked by now, which is why they focus on all these little, bullshit, the Trump Jr. meeting and all these things that there's no crimes or anything.
Yeah.
That's my main point. The other point is this. We still to this day have no physical evidence that Russia, quote, hacked the election. So what does that mean, hack the election? Hack the DNC server? They didn't give the FBI their server, so we haven't looked at it. And I remember that dude, Trey Gowdy, was even questioning him. So why haven't we looked at the server?
Right.
He's like, they didn't give it to us. We asked for it.
Yeah.
Why didn't they give it to you? And why didn't you demand it?
Right.
What's going on here? But that's my main point.
The only thing, and I'll concede, WikiLeaks and all that, they got a hold of Hillary's DNC's emails, and maybe Russia helped, get those out there. That's fine, but that's different than collusion with Trump, and that's what this is all about. So
yeah. So it's like, and then it's meanwhile, Hillary with the Ukrainians, and then what's her name, Sarah Huckabee, whatever Sanders.
Yeah.
She was, she smacked down that press the other day, bringing up like, Bill Clinton getting a half $1,000,000 for a speech, and Putin was like, good job on that after all this stuff. And then this was like after they gave him like a bunch of uranium and all this other stuff. And clearly collusion, criminal activity, like that's clear criminal activity. So what's going on here?
Right. Yeah, no, there's one team that has to play by the rules and one that doesn't. That's what it looks like to me. Eddie, thanks for the call, Nick, anyways. And we'll take a break here, and the phones are lit up, and we'll talk about this for a little while more. But I like to get to the Dunkin' Donuts. They did something that pissed me off, apparently not wanting to serve a and my first question is, and it happened in Brooklyn, so I want to know the race of the employee. Okay, but you know what? In Brooklyn, it doesn't matter because little white Weasley hipster fuck, it's just as good, right? You perform there. They're as bad as Black Lives Matter. So, but that's my first question. I know that's taboo to ask. What color was the employee that didn't want to serve the cops? Can I get why would you ask that? Because let's not pretend we don't know why. But like I said, in Brooklyn, probably 50-50. Weasley, white kid with a shitty, ironic beard and a Bernie T-shirt and a yeast infection. Anyways, 866-969-1969. We'll talk a little more about this whole Mueller convening a grand jury, and everybody's got a heart on except for me. Back after this. Welcome back, folks. A little bar we call the Two Box. 866-969-1969, the phone number, and take a few more calls on the, I don't know, I can't get excited about any of this. Special counsel Robert Mueller. By the way, it's spelled Mueller. I don't know why he says Mueller. You know, he pronounces it Mueller. Jerk off. Special counsel. He impaneled a grand jury today, and everybody's got their panties in a bunch. Donna Brazil's all moist. And even dried up hags like fucking Andrea Mitchell. She's a little moist down there in that dried up fucking... You got to see Brendan's face when I'm saying this shit. Because he's a nice... You know what? Southern people are just nicer than us Northern people. And he's cringing, and I think he should at everything I say. Brendan, go ahead. Your thoughts. You can...
It just made me think about Alan Greenspan's dick more than anything.
Brendan is well read as far as a lot of this shit. Alan Greenspan is a Jewish fellow in his late hundreds, and he's married to this pockmarked face, Andrea Mitchell, leftist, fucking propagandist, ugly, fugly. Greenspan was actually a genius. He knows his shit. He taught me how to reconcile my books. I don't even know what that means. I don't know how to make a books. Let's go to Garrett in Washington. Garrett, is it Washington, D.C., or the state of?
The state of.
All right. I like it out there.
Yeah, this whole investigation, like this guy that was on before me said how he thinks that this Mueller, whatever his name is, found something, and now he's going to dig into it. I think the guy just tried to prove his words, you know what I mean? There isn't shit there. Like, the only collusion is Hillary Clinton with the Russians and our uranium,
Isn't it unbelievable that's getting no play whatsoever? What more evidence do you need to know that the media is in the tank and just a propaganda arm of the Democratic Party? Not a second paid attention to that. It is really, They just
step over it and fucking, like that dog-faced, Raggedy Ann-looking bitch that had her computer smashed by that Pakistani guy. I don't even know her name.
Yeah, Wasserman Schultz.
Yeah. That they don't work. Whatever. But Trump said, "Don't put your head over these little gangbangers. Don't put your hand on these gangbangers' heads. When you put them in the cop car and they flip the fuck out. I just."
Now we're getting off topic, but yeah, that was we covered that yesterday. That was
right. Yeah.
We really are. We're falling apart at the seams.
My granddad would turn over in his grave, man. I just don't get it.
All right, Garrett. Thanks for calling, man. Appreciate it.
Keep it up, man. I like what you're doing.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. It really is. I flip through. Like, I'll be sitting home. I'll just put on CNN and MSNBC just to see the Chiron running at the bottom. We could literally, Burlington, Vermont could get hit with a missile from North Korea. And if you put on fucking CNN, they'd be like, collusion in the Russian. It's creepy. That's like state-run television. You motherless fucks, you shameless, tailless wonders. Come on, this is fucking great. Is it not? This is satellite radio. Today, and folks, I don't mean to be, I lean right in my politics, but I don't give a shit, gay, married, all that stuff. I'm not the conservative they make me out to be, but today when I read shit like this, it's like, it sounds like Hannity with Tourette's. I understand, but what am I not gonna? Oh, I'm not gonna. I'm afraid. I call him the way I see him, and I see Hillary Clinton dying in her sleep tonight, over and over again. Bill's gonna suffocate her. Gonna put a Johnny Ola, put a pillow over her ugly mush, and why? She's just sitting home with a free pass. I honest to God, if I run into that bitch. I live in the Chappaqua area. If I see her at a coffee shop, she's going to get a tuna salad sandwich off the side of her head. Then I'll have to fucking wrestle her husband. He'll probably laugh.
That was a good one.
That was a good
one, Nick.
Get a triple club. Try to knock the bitch out. Oh, goodness gracious. Kurt in Philadelphia has been on the line for quite a while. Kurt, welcome to the show.
Nick, how are you? First off, I wanted to congrats you on the Sirius gig. It's awesome hearing you on here.
Oh, thank you, Kurt. It's, it was about time they stepped up. But go ahead.
One thing I want to mention was this double standard between, let's say, Donald Trump or Hillary. You'll never hear anything on CNN about the Hillary Foundation taking donations from Saudi Arabia or any of that shit.
Oh, I know. It's amazing. Any of it. And we have 19 channels, and none of them. Just watch the Sunday morning shows, Kurt. I used to try to watch, I try to sit through them for the last 10 years. Each year I would watch less and less. And I was down to about a year ago. I'd watch about 20 minutes. Now, 6 months ago, I would watch the opening. And it was just the opening when they go, today on Meet the Press. Now, that's it. I had it in my series manager, Meet the Press, and This Week with George Stephanopoulos. I deleted both. I can't even, they don't even try to fake it anymore. I'm afraid for our country. Your thoughts?
It's ridiculous. I haven't paid attention to politics since Trump won. I was glad to put my vote in, have Trump win. I couldn't have that fucking Bill in the White House. He looks less lucid each year he's alive.
Who's that?
Clinton?
Bill Clinton.
Yeah, no, he's no, you're right. That heart operation took the life out of him.
Looks frail.
He does look frail, and let's hope for his death soon. All right. That's a joke, folks. I'm sure he's a nice guy. All right, Kurt, thank you.
Good to come to next. Thanks.
Thank you, brother. Of course I'm kidding. I like the shit that everybody hated about Clinton. I like that he was a cocaine, he's got a bad temper, and he did grab a lot of pussy, did he? I don't remember Trump being charged with rape. Anybody? Raise your filthy hands. He talked about grabbing pussy, but there was another president who did it. And I never held that against Bill Clinton. You're the most you're the most powerful guy on the planet. You're not going to grab an ass? You don't force yourself. I'm not condoning. I'm just saying. But Henry Kissinger said, power is something about the most powerful aphrodisiac is power. And then he would stick his fingers into his own.
Good Kissinger.
I know. Came out more like Dracula. And then I would stick my fingers in somebody's ass.
Stick your fingers in somebody's ass.
Well, I'll tell you, Bill Clinton was grabbing pussy. Nobody said nothing about that.
God damn, that voice will get me every.
Well, I'll tell you, I shoot him high in this girl's ass. He grabbed her tits.
Cigars. Where?
Use your pussy as an ashtray. Holy schmoly. He put a cigarette in her pussy. Whoa!
Horses.
Mark in Texas, your thoughts on Robert Mueller convening a grand jury.
Hey, Nick.
What up, Mark?
Yeah, my favorite hetero white male celebrity. I was listening to Milo on Alex Jones, and I'm like, oh my God, Nick Dipaolo's show is coming on. I cannot miss it. I live for your show. I just love it. It's even better than Stern on most days. And then I'm watching Trump has got a rally, so I got to watch that. But I think it's going to probably be after your show, or I'll record it. Nonetheless, I love your politics. I love your comedy. I'm a red, white, and blue throbbing, blue vein fan, man. And hey, they can say what they want about Trump. It's a witch hunt by bitch cunts, Maxine Waters and all those hateful. God, I just love your take on it. And they can say what they will about Fat Boy, Pie Face, little Kim Jong Uno in North Korea. Hey, say what you will about him. He wears those Mao pantsuits way more fashionable than Hillary thick ankle Clinton.
They do.
And beneath Hillary's Mao pantsuits lies more sagging, wrinkled, dilapidated flesh than a Shar-Pei's balls dipped in ice water. I love you, Nick.
All right, Mark. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Jesus. I got to go to Texas. I got to feel like I can do 80, 100 seats. We're going. I'll bring you.
All right.
The fuck, we'll bring the show on the road.
That guy come out before the show. Hype everybody up.
Who, Brendan?
Oh, fuck.
Oh, that guy, Mark? I know. He's rattling shit off. He was rattling this. Let's go to Tony in Ronkonkoma.
Hey, how are you?
How are you, Tony?
I haven't spoken to you for a while. Congratulations. It's been about 2 months now, right?
You have. I don't know. When's the last time you called?
About a month ago. I think you've been on for about 2 months. I'm happy to hear a voice from the other side get his own show. You don't get too much of that on any platform.
You really don't, and I'm anxious to see how we get no feedback here at Sirius. So we'll find out soon enough. I hope it's not like when I had my free FM show, and this is literally how it happened. I was on the air for about 5 months, and it wasn't, again, I didn't get canceled. The whole station got canceled. But I'm up on my house painting, and my wife comes out and goes, Tom Chiasano, the GM, is on the line. And I told him you're on the roof painting, and he goes, tell your husband not to come down. And that was it. They said, don't bother coming in tomorrow. And I put on the station. There was classical music or some shit.
Oh, that's cold. That's cold.
Go ahead.
I'm just curious. Forgive me, I'm late to the show as far as listening to you.
Yeah.
I didn't catch on at the Collins show when it was on Comedy Central.
Oh, Tough Crowd?
I know you were a frequent guest.
Yeah.
But I'm just curious, because it was around that time that Colin had his show.
Yeah.
That the Bushies, started the war in Iraq.
Yeah.
And don't know how that turned out. And I'm just curious, what was your take on the whole Iraq debacle?
Well, my take on that was, go ahead. I'm sorry, you weren't finished?
I was asking you to make an analogy between what we now know about Iraq and what we are learning about Trump and the rest of it.
Well, yeah, it's easy to look back at Iraq. Everybody likes to second guess, and you can, everybody blames George Bush, but I think he was given bad intelligence. And you have Hillary Clinton, you have major Democrats, and you can go on C-SPAN and Google this, on the floor supporting the war. All the same people that are pointing their fingers at George W. saying, oh, he fucking lied, he got us into a war. They were all for it, too. So was everybody at the UN. Like 17 out of, I don't know how many countries voted on it. So I don't think it, but there's another part of me, Tony, I'll be perfectly honest. Now here's another part of me where I kind of contradict. Remember Saddam tried to have Bush Sr. whacked?
Sure.
So
that's part of our argument against why we went into Iraq.
Yeah, no, there's a part of me.
Father's attempted assassination.
Yeah, so a part of me thinks George W.'s like, yeah, I'll pull a Corleone. You're not going to try to whack my father.
There's definitely some truth to that, I think.
Yeah. So,
but as far as Trump, can this guy do no wrong in your eyes? Because I've listened to you almost every show, and it's like you don't acknowledge all the bad shit that this guy has said and done.
Like what?
Well, for one thing, his total lack of class.
Yeah, that's important to have class. That's what Putin respects in North Korea. They respect class.
No, I'm talking about just domestically.
Yeah, I know you are. You're looking at him like every conventional president, and you shouldn't be. He's a working class stiff with $1 billion, and that's how you should be looking at him.
He was born with a silver spoon.
Oh, here we go. You get him off. This guy's the fucking left wing talking points. You're boring me. Get out of here.
Bye-bye, dickhead.
All the left fucking brings up, the minute he brought up Iraq, I know where he's going and what the next 8 questions are going to be. He can do no wrong. No, he's done a lot wrong. One of the wrongs Trump has done is not try to go after fucking Hillary like he said. And he's being a pussy about building that wall. There's a lot of shit he hasn't done right that I see is wrong and that you would fucking, you know what I mean? But really, this guy's, he's doesn't have much class. I'm the one who told you he was Rodney Dangerfield in Caddyshack. What do you think I meant by that? He was a rich, classless guy. Doesn't matter. He's right on the big things. He's right on the big things. Just think where we'd be if the thick-ankle dog face got elected. Think about it. The minute you hear the Iraq thing, they can't fucking get over that. But I love to point. Just Google Hillary Clinton. I can't remember who else. Major Democrats going, Saddam has to be taken out. So, but like I said, there's a tiny part of me. It was kind of a Corleone. Fuck with my dad.
What I want.
Exactly. You picture George W. with his jaw wired. That's a great sitting down there. What I want? He's from a father not to be touched with a southern accent. I'm trying to do a Michael Corleone, a hybrid. We ought to get Matt Reese in here anytime we need characters. Dakota in Ohio. Something about Chuck Schumer's tweeting. Go ahead, Dakota.
Oh, hi. I'm Nick Dipaolo.
What up, brother?
Oh, hey, not too much. So I seen on Twitter a couple of days ago, Chuck Schumer, he sent a tweet out, and I'm not sure if they pulled a 180 in their platform, but it seems like they're stealing Trump's platform on the economy here.
Yeah.
It's looking like NAFTA. So I don't know if they're just trying to desensitize what, Trump's really good at, which is the economy, and what he's been right on so far. But I don't know. I don't really think that they mean it.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. They're co-opting his message. They were comparing it to a commercial. What was the commercial? Brendan, you remember? They were comparing the new slogan. Democrats had a better deal.
Yes.
Papa John's. Yeah. That's the originality they have right now. They are so tapped, man. When you got Pelosi still out there, by the way, she needs somebody to hold her hand when she walks now. Apparently the silicone is hardening up and throwing her off balance.
Yeah, well, I think Trump won on his middle class.
Working class, yes.
He was for the middle class.
Yes.
And now that they're trying to, it looks word for word like how he tweeted it. It looks like a Trump tweet. So, it just kind of seems disingenuous to me. If you have two candidates both running on the middle class, it kind of takes away from Trump because he's the one meaning it.
Yeah. Well, the people can see through that. Yeah. There's a guy, a Democrat. Thanks for the call, Dakota. Good call. Who did that? There's a Democrat from Ohio, Ryan. He came out early in the year. I saw him on the Sunday morning show, and he was basically saying Trump beat us because he had better ideas, and the working class stiffs have had enough of us. This guy Ryan, he was the one Democrat that I would actually consider. I don't know if I'd vote for him, but he was. And you know what? They pushed him aside. They were talking about Ellison, the fucking black Muslim from Minneapolis, who was sworn in with his hand on the current. He was going to be the leader of the DNC party. And then that Tom Perez guy who swears more than I do during my act. He's in the, and they put this guy Ryan on the back burners, and he made a lot of sense to me. He's like Democrat. I go, this guy's actually, but no, he wasn't militant. He wasn't far left wing enough. But now it's coming around. So they should bring him back into the picture. It's one guy I might even consider. Mooch, I heard this rumor too. Mooch, tell us about the rumor that you heard. It's not Mooch. It's Johnny talking about Mooch. My glasses. Here they are. Fucking. Holy shit. Hey, Mooch, tell me about John. So, Johnny, tell the people.
So much already.
Tell the people the rumor that you heard.
Yeah. So, and he's actually already commented on it too. But the rumor was that he's been having an affair with Kimberly Guilfoyle of Fox News. And his comment on it was, of course, he had to say something in true Mooch fashion. He said, we're just friends. But let me ask you this. Does a guy like Mooch look like he's ever had a platonic female friend in his entire life?
No, exactly. It's not exactly. That's so well put. Guy's worth a couple $100 million. She used to be married to Gavin Newsom, who's going to be governor of California, and so yeah, no, you put all that together, you make a great point. And I met Kimberly in the streaming room. What do they call it? The strategy room. Used to be a live streaming show on Fox on them, and I ran into her about 6 months ago on the street, and she's she's smart and yeah, I guess they were seen out having dinner a few times here in New York. Did you hear that, Johnny?
Yeah, that's what I heard, and I also actually heard, this is really the best news I've heard all week. I guess for the last 4 years, he's actually had a camera crew following him around. So whenever that documentary drops, it's talk about it's not going to be on HBO, but
yeah,
very excited for that. But
all right,
let you go, great shooting.
All right, Johnny. Thanks for the call. In a related story, I heard Greta Van Susteren and Rachel Maddow might be they seen around town. You see Fiore's face right now. Oh, mother of God. Steve in Florida says I'm a Nazi. Welcome to the show, Steve. What's up, man?
You are. You're like fucking Heinrich Himmler over there. What is going on with your show?
What's going on with it? A lot. What kind of question is that?
Oh, my God. I can't believe what you're attracting to this show.
You mean you? Guys like you?
Yes, guys like me. No, me. You need guys like me.
I do need guys like you.
Holy shit, your call log probably looks like the guest list to a cross burning.
Oh, good one, Steve.
What kind of people are you attracting here?
That's an original one, a Klan reference. You're a fucking genius.
God. Wow.
Listen, Steve, I got a clip for you. Hold on.
Build that wall. Build that wall. Build that wall. Build that wall.
That was the Milwaukee Brewers. They want to fix the stadium. Go ahead. Your thoughts.
Yeah, that's what they need to do. They haven't won anything in ever.
I always make fun of the Brewers. But the guy, remember, he called me a couple weeks ago. How do you like our Brewers now? They were in first place for like 11 seconds.
Yeah, well, they did have Hank Aaron. So
where are you calling from in Florida, Steve?
Fort Lauderdale.
Oh, fucking love Lauderdale. Is it still a bunch of rich old Jews?
Part of it, you know. We got a lot of shit here. You would hate it. It's like a melting pot. We got black people.
No, I like that. Yeah, I live in New York City, dummy. Yeah, I fucking hate a melting pot. Come on, wake up.
Yeah. We got them all. We got blacks, Arabs.
Good. Diversity. Yeah. It's really working out. I mean, look around the globe. Everybody's just getting along swimmingly.
Well, let me ask you, how are you defending Donald Trump?
How are you not stupid? How are you not stupid?
This guy is a fucking psychopath.
Yes, he is. And so was Barack Obama. He was a fucking American-hating, fucking Marxist cocksucker. And his wife was a defensive back for the Eagles.
Really? Holy shit. Come on, Nick. You can't defend this guy.
You're boring me, Steve.
Fucking lying sack of shit.
Lying sack of shit. What was up? Oh, you motherless fuck. Listen to me. Let me repeat something for you.
Fucking lie to us. How do you you defend him?
Hey, listen, stupid. Can I get a word in? Does this ring a bell? Hey, you can, if you fucking, as far as Obamacare, you can keep your plan. You can keep your doctor. Nothing's going to change. Does that ring a bell? 1/5 of the economy. Yeah. Okay, so let's not talk about lying. Trump lies about what? The size of his inauguration crowd? You see the difference?
Holy shit. First of all, the guy lies about everything.
Secondly, sure he does.
The reason that Obamacare is not perfect is the fact that the Republicans pushed back so far and swung this thing to the right to make it as shitty as it is today.
Steve, hold on. Let me kind of educate you. The reason Obamacare is imploding is because the Republicans weren't included when it was designed. They didn't have one say in it.
Really?
Yes, really. Where are you getting your news?
107 amendments in the open session for everybody.
Who controlled both houses of Congress, you dummy, when they were fucking developing Obamacare? Wake up, smell the coffee, Stevie.
I hate coffee, and I hate your coffee.
All right, take it easy. Thank you for the call.
Yep.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye, dickhead.
It's the best show I've ever done. I might do all politics. Just to wait till we go to Monday, West Coast, 5 o'clock drive time. My goal is to have half the crowd on the 405 taking a hard right into the... Which way are they going if they're heading south? Got to do... Which way's the water's on the right if you're heading south? Yes. We're all looking at each other. I don't know how to make a car. I know. But you know what I want to say to these people who are trying to make me out to be I just call it like I see it. Okay? You never see anything. Yeah, but I'm sorry, man. Jesus Christ. Well, what world are you living in? Do you read the papers? You know? Do you, I don't know. They're probably too busy. They have lives. They have jobs. They work 40, 50 hours a week. Andy, you all right?
Yeah.
Thinking about that fish pussy last night? Did you have
Not a lot there.
Was it Madison Square Garden?
Uh-huh.
Where were you sitting?
108.
Oh, thanks for clearing that up. What did I build a fucking joint? He says it like it's his apartment number. Yeah, I had 108. They were playing at 106. What is that? You were on the floor, you mean?
No, like right off the floor, if stage left, I guess.
Right off the floor, just up a little.
Yeah, I like that.
That sounds pretty good.
Yeah, get your seats rather than, you don't have to stand around.
Does the garden smell like weed?
Oh, right when you walk in. Right when you hit, you got to go up the 6 floors to get to the arena.
Brandon's over there. Big
wafting.
Is it a skunky smell or is it actually good? I get hit with that skunk weed on the sidewalk here in New York all the time.
Kind of like that.
And I go, is that skunk weed? And the guy goes, no, it's this homeless guy's cock over there. He's resting it in a garbage pan. So it was a good show?
Yeah.
Who opened for him? I heard Dan Natterman. No?
Natterman. He was going to send French.
I love Natterman.
So do I.
Can we get him in here?
Sure.
Please, write that down.
I will.
Because you and I won't remember that. I haven't been paying attention. Did you give me a signal?
Yeah, you can break whenever.
All right, let's break, kids. Enough of that. Enough of the, I didn't mean to spend an hour on, but I just can't. I can't. When I come back, I'd like to talk about a Dunkin' Donuts worker in Brooklyn who refused to serve some cops. And I'm a huge Dunkin' Donuts fan, and I'm a huge fan of cops. So I am, right now I'm puzzled at what to do. But I'm going to look into the facts with this article here. It's almost 11 words. And I'm going to go home and burn my coffee, depending on the conclusion I come to. But that infuriates me. I don't go over to Brooklyn because I don't want to be raped, and I don't like hipster white kids with fake beards, although they do drink Pabst Blue Ribbon at the comedy clubs in Brooklyn. And Narragansett, which was the beer that Quint was drinking in Jaws. It's a Rhode Island beer. Am I right? So we come back. Enjoy your cake. No, I want to get your comments on maybe not. Well, it is true. This kid wouldn't serve a cop at Dunkin'. Let's be honest, Dunkin' Donuts. Half the reason you're open is because of cops. And then, am I right? You are correct, sir. Andy's giving me that comedian look like, don't do a cop fucking donut thing. Why not? I say. I'm a radio guy now. Back after this. I'll tell you, coffee and radio go together. Oh, good tone, but again, we're playing the intro that doesn't really... Go ahead and let it play. This is a Bernie Sanders. Baby, I'll be there to share the land that to be given away when we all live together. Have you heard the lyrics to it? This is a socialist wet dream. This is the shit that Steve in Florida be. Baby, I'll be there to fucking shake your hand. Baby, I'll be there to share the land that they'll be giving away. That's never going to happen, folks. It'll be taken from us. We won't give it away. All right. Thank you. Did you? Even I didn't recognize the first 10 seconds. And I requested that. Anyways, this story got under my craw. I love Dunkin' Donuts coffee. I'm from New England. I'm from Massachusetts. There's one every 2 feet. Red Sox, every commercial's for Dunkin' Donuts. There's advertisements all over Fenway for Dunkin'. If you're from New England, you bleed Dunkin' Donuts. Unless you're an uppity jerk-off from Newton, then you go to Starbucks. And I'm just kidding, Newton. I love you, but I'm just saying. I try to pick a town with rich libs. But this really fried my apples. This is a Sari Huckabee what's her name? A pair of NYPD officers were denied service at a Brooklyn Dunkin' Donuts by a clerk who said, I don't serve cops. And the head of the detective unit is leading a boycott against the chain. And you know what? Like I said, I'm a huge Dunkin' Donuts fan, but fuck you if there's any truth to this whatsoever. I'll go to Starbucks tomorrow and pay $11 for a regular coffee. Detectives Endowment Association President Michael Palladino said Thursday that blatant discrimination was disgraceful and it should not go unattended. Can't use better language than that. Get mad about it. Say these weaselly, motherless fucks should be fired immediately. Can you say that? It would be a better world if you could. He says, I assume it's an isolated incident. This is his first mistake. I wouldn't. Nevertheless, Dunkin' Donuts corporate should issue an apology to the NYPD. Until that happens, I have asked the detectives and their families to refrain from patronizing the stores. And I ask everybody else, too. Who do you think they're going to call if Dunkin' Donuts gets you? Well, that's not even a good analogy because there's 6 cops in there. You don't have to call the cops in. I got that bit from Andy Fiore from Fat Black Pussycat the other night.
Not my closer.
No, it's not. But here's what I like about Palladino. He took a little swipe at Comrade de Blasio, the worst mayor in the history of the planet. Palladino said, political leaders in this city have encouraged this type of behavior by constantly demonizing cops and pushing their decriminalization agenda. Decriminalization agenda. I fucking love it that he did that. Law enforcement sources briefed on what happened told the Post that 2 cops, who are plainclothes patrol officers assigned to the 73rd Precinct's detective squad, entered the store shortly after noon to purchase some Baskin-Robbins. After waiting in line behind a customer, I thought you were laughing at the Baskin-Robbins. The cops, who were wearing suit pants, shirts, and ties with their badges and pistols on their belts, approached the counter, but were ignored by a clerk who instead asked a man standing behind them what he wanted, instead of asking the cops. The man gave the clerk his order, and then the guy added, "These 2 guys were in front of me," meaning the cops. So I like that guy. I want the race of everybody involved in this story. I want everybody's race, weight, and height, and gender. Yeah, I know, but I don't serve cops, the clerk replied. Oh, I wish I was there. I wish I was there and I just ordered a large piping hot black coffee. I would have tossed it right in this dink's face. A manager at the store disputed that account. Oh, did he? These 2 men in shirts and ties, who later I found out were police, must have never come to this Dunkin' Donuts before, because instead of waiting in the line where you order, they waited at the counter where you pick up your order. How about that they waited at all and just didn't come in and say, "Give me a coffee, bitch"? He's fucking Weasley. This is the manager talk. You can see on the security tape, they stand here for 5 minutes while other customers were being served. One customer even ordered ice cream, and they must have not liked that because they left the store. Does that make any sense? This guy's a lying, in my opinion, a wheezy lying. The manager wouldn't give his name. Oh. Why don't we just call you guys Generation Anonymous? He also said the store started getting phone calls from people saying they were police, asking, "Why didn't you serve those officers?" And I kept trying to explain that we serve everyone. We have nothing but respect for the police. Yeah, it sounds it. And they were standing at the wrong counter. Okay, let's address what your jerk-off employee said, though. It was busy at the time. We were busy serving customers, he said. Oh, my ache and stem. Yeah. Well, show us the footage. They wouldn't do that either. A spokesman for the corporate parent Dunkin' brand didn't immediately return a request for comment. Well, I hope people do boycott until we clear it up. Nice. I love Dunkin' Donuts coffee. I'm not going in there. I'll drink beer with my donuts in the morning. Did you ever see? I should have pulled the SNL sketch. Remember when Casey Affleck hosted and they did a spoof on Dunkin' Donuts? Oh, please tell me you saw. You want to see the fucking fun? Yeah, can we pull that up?
Give me a sec.
Again, I don't think you have to be from like New England to appreciate this, but Casey Affleck's a massive, and he's got the shitty Boston accent, and it was my favorite spoof ever. He's got a Boston Bruins hat on. He's dressed like everybody you'd see at Dunkin' Donuts, working class.
Their holidays run on Dunkin'. Real customers are telling you why their holidays run on Dunkin'.
All I want for Christmas is a Dunkin' Peppermint Dunkaccino. With the Dunkin' app, I can order and pay on my smartphone, so my coffee's waiting for me when I walk in.
Here comes Casey.
I love Dunkin', guy. What are you talking about? Where else can I get breakfast and the perfect stocking stuffer? You want to talk real customers? Kid, that's me. I'm like the mayor of Dunkin's. This is the face of Dunkin' Donuts right there.
Hey, you can't smoke in here, man.
I'm not, Mark. I'm not smoking
You're smoking in here.
It's outside. I'm just Yeah, I come down to Dunkin' every day. Grab a cruller, have an extra large, 3 parliaments, take a big dump. That's kind of the routine. My seat right over there. This douchebag will move when I'm ready.
And with Dunkin' Rewards app, there's even more reason to celebrate the season.
Yo, free coffee! I got the big one. I got a free coffee right there on the app. Show and tell or something? Huh? With a little show and tell, Dunkin' Nuts. Show that, Mama.
Tis the season for holiday drinks. Like
Right, never mind that. Hey, interview my buddy Dooley for the movie right here. Dooley, tell me your favorite donut is.
I don't want to be in there.
Come on, pal. It's a movie. Tell me what your favorite, how you like the vanilla nut taps.
What?
The vanilla nut taps.
Oh, don't.
It's a joke. I said. Cut your nails, for God's sake.
Great, Tony. Oh, yeah, go outside.
Best part of my day is when I'm at Dunkin'. You think that's sad?
Yes, very.
Real customers know the holidays run on Dunkin'.
Go back to Starbucks.
Go back to Starbucks. We might have to. If we don't straighten this out with the cops. Oh, it's I want to know the race of the employee. Google that, will you? We're not going to get it.
Yeah.
We're not going to get it. How good was that? You spent
Spot
enough. You know.
Oh, yeah.
That is every friggin' dunks. I used to go to the ones in Revere, Massachusetts. My buddy used to go there to pay off his book.
He's got the cigarette out the door. That was hilarious.
Yeah, that cracked me up, man. He's got the cigarette out the door.
Standing inside.
Mark. Then he goes, cut your nails, for God's sake. But I'm telling you, man, show the cops the respect that they deserve. Well, yeah, but one guy got shot by accident a few years ago, so we should hate them all. I'll get the Grandmaster Flash in a few seconds. Kid Creole got in some deep shit today.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually have a personal relationship with Grandmaster. I'm working at Chris Rock. Funny little story. Let's go to Josh in Florida. I think he's a Dunkin' Donuts fan. And he's kind of probably has the same problem as me. He's trying to decide what to do here. Josh.
How you doing, Nick?
What up, Josh?
I'm just irritated by that worker. I mean, serve the cops. I mean, Dunkin' Donuts is great. Let's spread the wealth. Give everyone a cop a donut. You know, and if you really want to not cause an issue, serve the cop. He'll get out of the store even quicker. Why cause a scene? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Well, but it just shows you the mentality. And it took hold when Stupid got in office about 8 years ago. Not this one. The one prior to Trump. This whole anti-cop sentiment. And again, the stats don't back up the horseshit that Black Lives Matter is spreading. But, yeah, it's the least you could do. These guys, they must.
But I mean,
go ahead.
I'm trying to think though. Even the manager of the store. I mean, if this is in New York, 9/11 wasn't that long ago. I mean, why are they, not sticking up for cops in that situation? I mean, I don't live in that part of the country.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? They were fucking by September 16th of 2001. They were back on their fucking left wing. We hate this country horseshit. No memories whatsoever. So, but
terrible.
Thanks for the call, Josh. I'm just trying to. I want to know what the. Just give me the employee's name. We got it? Probably can't, obviously, but I want to know. How can you do a story like this and not? Well, you said because if it's a little white liberal kid, it's no difference. That's what everybody's thinking. By the way, you're not going to get this on TV or whatever. Guys like us are sitting home going, okay, I want to know the race of the employee. Danny in Las Vegas, how are you? Welcome to the show, Danny.
Hey, buddy.
What's happening?
Man, Casey Affleck and that skit reminds me of every kid I went to high school with back in Massachusetts.
Where are you from, Danny, originally?
Methuen.
Ah, okay. I know, right?
There are spots in Methuen where you can actually be in a Dunkin' Donuts and see another Dunkin' Donuts from it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. But
as for the race...
Go ahead.
I was going to say, as for the race of this kid, I mean, it's in Brooklyn, so...
I know.
It could be a person of color, or it could be some liberal hipster douchebag trying to make a political statement.
Yeah, well, that's what I said, but I'd like to know. Yeah. I'd be more furious if it's the white liberal kid.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Because, Go ahead.
I guess Dunkin' Donuts corporate came out and issued an apology, and so did the franchisee that owns it. I guess he issued an apology too.
Yeah,
but they didn't say if the kid was. They didn't say if the employee was going to be reprimanded or anything.
No, of course not, and that tells me something about the race. But you know, I like. I just like they should come out and say, you know what, for the next week, cops. Do they even charge the cops a coffee? Do you know, Danny?
I don't think so.
I wouldn't think so either. You know, but you know these corporate pricks. Starbucks, I guarantee you, they spit in the coffee and shit. You know those Weasley fucks. That's just my guess. We don't have any facts.
Thing, and I want to wish a happy birthday to Tom Brady today too.
I know it. What is he? 51?
Happy 40th.
He's only
Come on.
He's 40. Yeah. All right. Thanks, Danny.
And he's gonna. All right. See ya.
All right. Yeah, and he's going to play for another 5 years.
That's it.
What, you thought he was older than 40?
I did.
Well, he runs like he's 62, but that doesn't matter. He's got the brain of a sharp as a tack. He's got an arm. He's got that chip on his shoulder. He's got more fucking rings than Liberace. He's a player. You know who does Dunkin' Donuts commercials? And you see him all the time while you're watching like the... it's usually during the... Is it the Pats or the Sox? David Ortiz and Gronk are in a commercial. Oh, it's so bad. They did a whole series of Gronk's dancing like a drunken fool. And Poppy's looking at him with a judgmental... Yeah, it's terrific. Let's go to Matt in Ohio. Matt, what's going on?
Hey, Nick. First of all, I'll give you a quick laugh. I'm actually hauling the dry ingredients for Dunkin' Donuts right now.
Are you kidding me?
I'm dead serious. You can't make this shit up.
How big a truck, Matt?
It's a 53-foot trailer. It's 31,000 pounds of dry ingredients.
Oh, man. I'm telling you, Matt, you should dump it in the parking lot.
I'm considering it. This is my load getting me back home. It goes to Cleveland, so it's my load getting me back home. So I got to deliver it.
That sounds dirty, but go ahead.
So here's my problem. If Dunkin' Donuts PR doesn't come out and basically do damage control and say, hey, this isn't how we run this company.
Yeah,
if they don't fire that employee, then fuck that. I'll never shop there again.
Yeah, it really, I've never really, gotten so excited about I'm going to use this product again. But this one's really sticking in my craw because the cops, I don't give a shit what you say, put their necks on the line every day for working, especially for everybody, for everybody.
Absolutely. I mean, it would be sweet irony if the person that did that got robbed tonight and the cops are like, we don't protect millennial idiots.
Wouldn't that be beautiful? That's the thing. We know nothing about this employee. I want to know everything about him, other than that he's a douchebag. We know how he voted. We know that much, don't we? Huh? Don't we know that much out there, folks? Or is that prejudging and profiling? Yeah, no, that's common sense. We know how he voted, if he voted. I bet you he's a Bernie fan, and he probably pees in people's coffee that come in with suit and ties.
I would not be surprised.
All right.
I have my suspicions, but we'll see if they ever do release it. But hey, keep it up. I love the show. Keep doing what you're doing, and you should definitely run for office.
Yeah, me and Kid Rock. All right, Matt. Take it easy, man.
Take it easy, Nick.
All right. I love it. We got a trucker. Breaker 19. How's it looking over your donkey, good buddy? I told you my CB handle, right? In the 70s.
Tell me again.
The Galloping Guinea. Yes, right. I was a Galloping Guinea up in there. Yeah, I just want to know, can you give us some, I need more facts when a story like this comes out.
Just the facts, ma'am.
Exactly. Just the facts. But this is just disgraceful. Let's go to Nick in San Diego. He has an interesting take. What's up, Nick?
Hey, Nick. I'll give you the facts right now, man. I'm a first-generation immigrant, conservative family, small business owners. I'm at family business every day. I don't like how even you are making I got plenty of 19-year-old jerk-offs who work at the store. If they said something when they do this, if they piss off a customer,
go
to the customer, they're irate, and you go, all right, man, what would you like me to do for you? What would you like me to do? He shouldn't have done that. I'm sorry, but beyond that, what would you like? Outside of that, you're asking for apologies. Cops get free stuff. What the fuck, man? It's just some asshole. What does he have to do with the company? He doesn't have anything to do with.
What are you talking about? He's an employee.
Guy who works there.
Oh man, San Diego's getting more retarded every.
Fuck that, Nick. It's just
you really got to get out of the West Coast, man. You're getting mentally.
I'm from Detroit. it's not. I'm not.
Okay, 8 Mile, yo. The guy represent.
Yeah.
Hey, Nick, there was a time in this country where the employee represents the company he works for, and
no, if all my employees represented me, that would be fucking embarrassing.
Well, okay, then you don't get it. And this is why the country's where it's at.
No, he's working a fucking random ass job. Why is he CEO of fucking Dunkin' Donuts?
What are you talking about?
Why would they issue an apology based on one fucking asshole? You just fire him and go, yeah, that guy was a dickhead.
Nick, it's the cops. They insulted as a group. There's politicians in New York speaking out against
guy.
this.
Who gives a fuck?
It's one guy. This is why this country sucks and the service sucks. People like you. You don't get it, Nick.
Taking it in.
You don't. All right, whatever.
Talk about it.
No, you think about it. Apparently, it's big enough story to be a national story that people agree with me on it.
Yeah, because you're talking.
He's cutting out. All right, call back, Nick, on a landline. Do you see that mentality? And here is why you can't get good service anywhere. So that if that was one of his employees,
look the other way.
Just look what's the big deal, man? He represents your company. How about training them? And if you don't have respect for the cops, that tells me a ton about your employee and who you're hiring. Tells me a ton about you. And by the way, the first thing I do when I go into your store or restaurant, you know what I do? When I go into the bathroom to see how clean or dirty it is. I had a friend whose family ran a restaurant for years in my hometown. And that's what he taught me. Go into a restaurant, go into the bathroom. If it's filthy, they don't give a fuck about you.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? I don't care. I see a big turn of toilet. If the steak is red, I'm still going to eat it. No, I'm kidding. No, is that a good rule, though? But do you just hear that mentality? That's why we live in the height of mediocrity, and you can't get good service, and nobody gives a fuck. Who cares? Just one guy. What does that mean? He's representing you. For the love of Christ. Please help me. Mark in Albany. How are you, Mark? Are you gonna continue to frequent Dunkin' Donuts or?
Yes, actually. I'm calling from the landline. How is my signal? Better?
It's much better.
Just
very good.
Giggles. All right. So I'm a Polish immigrant. You know, I'm married to an American girl.
Yes.
I have a citizenship.
Yes.
I'm American, but I'm Polish, descent. And I have my father-in-law is a retired state trooper from New York. And my brother-in-law works for Bethlehem Police, and in Albany, New York.
Right.
And they always get respect from people, especially from Dunkin' Donuts. They give them free donuts, they give them a coffee, and they're always saying thank you for protecting us from whatever comes to harm.
Right.
And I just don't understand, especially the young generations. They don't give a damn about. They just care about themselves pretty much, or what they want to do, and they don't care who protects them. They just think it's kind of a given that they're going to do something. Someone's going to attack them. The cops going to show up and protect them. It's not how it works. I mean,
right.
If you don't give respect to those police officers, my brother-in-law, he's so fucking sick and tired. Goes to trainings how to deal with the transgenders. They say you're going to arrest a transgender on some kind of a robbery, then you have to know how to deal with the person. So he has to go for 12-hour freaking training courses, and you learn how to deal with it. It's just freaking nonsense.
Right.
And especially with the veterans and how they're treated by the government itself. They're sending to their wars to fight for the country. When they come back, they treat them like shit.
Well, yeah.
They treat them like they don't even exist.
Well, yeah, because
that's insane.
Yes. No, and you can appreciate it because you're from Poland originally, right?
Yes, I am from. I was born in Poland, in Gdańsk. I was a dancing, like say in German. That's where the World War II fucking started. But the one thing I remember as a child when I was a kid, In Poland, there was a communism. We were standing in line for food. You have to stand for hours to get a loaf of bread or a pound of butter or cheese or whatever that might be.
Right.
And when you see a veteran comes in, and then the veterans always have like a Polish flag on their collar, on their jackets.
Right.
Because back then people used to wear suits,
Right.
And this old man came in up front. Everybody will put him in the front of the line. No matter how long you stand in that line,
right.
You always respect a veteran or a police officer, which he's giving up his life pretty much to protect my ass or everybody's asses. And then I don't understand how this goddamn assholes here in this new government, all those progressives are.
Well, yeah, no, because
destroy all this.
Right. Right. Well, because they're anti-authority. Anything that represents authority is bad to them. It's a hippie's fucking mindset from the 60s. I swear to God, they retarded themselves by smoking weed. Fucking Bernie Sanders and his followers, fucking idiots. Anyways, thanks, Mark.
I never got a job. He was 40 years old.
I know.
He's a fucking loser.
All right, Mark, I got to take a break. Thanks for calling, man.
Yes, okay. Thank you, Nick.
Appreciate
great show.
it, man.
And you're going to be next week on 8 o'clock, right?
8 o'clock on Monday, starting on Monday, 8 o'clock in the east, 5 o'clock in the west. So write it down. Thanks.
That's even better. Because that's when I'm driving from work, and then going for sushi and stuff,
Okay. All right,
Nick,
Mark.
great show. Thank you. Thank you for taking my call.
You got it, brother.
I love Mark.
I know. Mark is a Polish immigrant, saw the communist police state up close. Gets it over here, understand? But it really is, and I mean these young kids are weaned on people working at Dunkin' Donuts, young kids, but they're weaned on this fucking, this anti-establishment fucking. I don't know what they look to. They can't give me an example of a better where it's working better. Let's take a look at Venezuela. You think you could use some cops in that thing, in that coffee shop? All right, let's take a break. The phones a lot of people got an opinion on this. I'll come back. I'll take a few more, I guess. And I wanted to mention this story that I saw, Grandmaster Flash, Kid Creole. They were a big, Grandmaster Flash. They got big like in the mid-70s. They came out with that song, The Message. I have a little connection with Grandmaster Flash. I'll tell you what, it's just a funny, quick little story. And we'll take more of your calls about the Dunkin' Donuts situation. I didn't even get to the... They released transcripts of Trump on the phone with the president of Mexico and shit. And, oh, boy, real controversial. He was trying to defend us as a nation. And, of course, the fake news put a nice spin on that, too. So back with more of your calls, 866-969-1969. Don't forget, next Tuesday, August 8th, I'll be at the Fat Black Pussycat. Go to ComedyCellar.com for tickets. Catch me September 16th at Newtown Theater, Newtown, Pennsylvania. Go to NickTip.com for tickets and dates. And don't forget this, folks. Starting Monday, August 7th, we move to 8 to 10 p.m. here in the East. That's prime time, drive time in the West Coast. So write it down, shall you? We're currently talking. I want to take maybe one more thing on this. The Dunkin' Donuts in Brooklyn. The kid didn't want to serve cops. And then the manager comes out with this Weasley excuse. And well, if you see the tape, they're standing in the wrong yeah, I'm sure it's their first time in that Dunkin' Donuts. And they did, does it really matter where they stand? Get them their coffee. Shut your yap. Let's go to John in New York. Says he knows find out the name of the employee. How'd you do that, John?
Well, I'm in upstate New York.
Yeah.
And they have a channel here that covered the story.
Yeah.
And his name, I just got his name. I don't have his race. It was Leroy Franklin. Again, I don't have his race.
That's like old school racism. The Leroy. That's you could have went with Malik Tyrell, but no. What is this? 1971.
He was an old guy. Yeah.
You too, John. You had me going there for a second.
All right, Nick Tip.
All right. Thank you, Johnny, for that unnecessary racial Leroy Franklin. He was from upstate. He said he was calling from upstate. That's considered when you're going to reference a black name, Leroy.
One of the Sweat Hogs. Leroy Franklin.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, for the love of Pete, John. I mean, Jesus Christ, that's a situation. Ron in Pennsylvania. How are you, Ronnie?
Want you like some coffee?
What a All right. Thank you. He gets us all the time, doesn't he? It's probably the same guy, I'm guessing.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
There's a picture of the Dunkin' Donuts, a couple employees outside. That's the franchise.
It doesn't help. Those are good guys hosing off the jizz from a homeless guy shit right in front of the neck. Somebody did a bit about that. Oh, was it Gaff again? Somebody has a bit about that. It's every Dunkin' about a homeless guy standing. Every Dunkin' Donuts you go to, there's a homeless. I don't know. Probably doesn't help their business, but I love their coffee. As we say in New York, chili dog, coffee light. Love the Dunkin' Donuts coffee. I see people at the airport standing 41 deep for a fucking Starbucks. I just, like I said, Giselle Bundchen could be handing out blowjobs. I'm not going to, there's more than 4 people. I'm not getting in fucking line. You know?
No.
That's how I was brought up, though. That was my dad, Captain Patience. We'd go to a Dairy Queen on a Friday night, 5 of us in a station wagon. We'd pull up to the Dairy Queen. If there was 2 people at the window, he goes, fuck this, we're out of here. Was that an Italian thing? My homie's like, we're not fucking waiting. My mother's like, for Christ's sake, there's 2 people. Well, make ice cream at home. Here's some cream and some rocks. Here's a bucket of ice, some sugar. Get in the yard and... Oh, goodness gracious. One more comment on this. Nick in Texas, real quick. And I just want to talk about Grandmaster Flash and Kid Creole. Go ahead, Nick.
Dr. Dipaolo, how you doing, sir?
What up, brother?
Hey, so the last guy from San Diego that I heard, I almost went blind with a fit of rage when he talked about the employee not represent. This is part of the problem right now.
Yes,
I think in the country, like people are hiring these jackoffs off the street, and they're like, they think that these guys don't have anything to do with their company, no face of the company. They don't represent your morals. That's when you hire somebody. That's what these people are. They're your company.
Yes.
And when these jackoffs are over here not serving cops, what happened to us? I don't even know about the respecting cops thing. I don't know. I mean, you're seeing the influence of, I guess, all the Black Lives Matter bullshit.
Oh, yeah.
With cops don't matter, cops aren't important.
Right.
And it's just a trickle down, and now look, it's turning into stuff like this, and you're probably going to see it tenfold for the next 5 or 10 years. It's unless we do something about it. I don't know.
Right.
It's controllable, but I mean, that ain't going to happen down here in San Antonio. I can tell you that much.
Yeah, and look, and as far as Dunkin' Donuts, I understand they're franchised out. In other words, people buy franchise. I understand that, but it doesn't.
You got to have a company. You got to have a company culture. You got to have.
Yes, exactly.
It's got to be. It's got to perpetuate all the way
down
to the franchise.
That's right.
Down to the schmuck that's scrubbing the toilets.
That's exactly right. And that used to be the deal years ago when, let's say, I'm trying to think of a hotel. Pick a guy's...
Howard Johnson's.
Yeah, Howard, thank you. The first Howard Johnson's, if something you didn't like it, Mr. Johnson would come out from behind the counter and fucking...
Absolutely.
And you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So that's not how the world works today, but that's why, like you said, you have to hand that... Nobody trains anybody anymore. Yeah, I mean...
No.
Let me tell you real quick, Nick. I checked into a casino up here in the New England area. Listen, literally, because I was performing. So I walk up to the counter. It's a young kid working behind the counter in his 20s, and I go, how you doing? And this is what he says to me. This is how he greets me. He goes, I'll be doing a lot better when I get the fuck out of here in about 20 minutes. Really?
Face of the company. Face of the company.
Face of the company.
Thanks a lot. Are you kidding me? Listen, Nick, I just got on to you a couple months ago, but brother, you're spot on, man. I wish you need to bring your ass down here to Texas because you would kill down here.
I'm gonna.
telling you that.
Look, I used to go down there a lot. I used to play San Antonio every year. I played at the Addison Improv. I've played, Houston.
I look at you funny because of your accent, but dude, you got to get down here now, man. I'm dying.
All right.
But hey, you remind me a lot of my uncle because my family's from the Cape, and I listen to you. Just remind me of my uncle going on rant sometimes. So
all right.
I appreciate it.
Thanks.
You're doing a great job, man. Keep it up. Appreciate it.
Thanks for the call. That was my wedding song. Anyways, what? Grandmaster Flash, that was The Message, 1976. And, well, why are you bringing that up? Well, this part of the group, Kid Creole, has been charged with murder after fatally stabbing a homeless ex-con he thought was hitting on him on a Midtown street Tuesday night. Is that the only way to settle it? Aren't there? I mean, for crying out loud, Kid Creole. His real name's Nathaniel Glover, by the way. He was arrested Wednesday, accused of killing John Jolly, 55. I used to read, when I'd read story, I'd see 55, I go, ugh, fucking old guy, who cares? Well, I'm 55. Now I care. Glover was 57 when he was one of the members of Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five. They're right out of the South Bronx in the 70s. Andy's parents used to love him, right? But how about this? Here's a sad part of the story. He works as like a handyman and a security guard. Not there's any. That's noble work. But I'm just saying. But this guy was, the thing in music.
Yeah.
And they show him, walking out with his. He had a run-in with Jolly, who was drunk, so he deserved to be stabbed, apparently, right? They had no prior relationship. They had words. Things got out of hand. It was some sort of a diss. Glover thought Jolly, a convicted rapist and sex offender. Gee, I don't mean to pick on the Bronx, but is there a street that I can walk down and feel safe? Jesus Christ, what a rough neighbor. I got some beautiful parts, but I'm just saying. So anyways, Glover thought Jolly was hitting on him. And there's a picture of John Jolly. Jeez. Now, that's who I pictured the Dunkin' Donuts employee doing. Like Kid Creole. He turned, interpreting the guy was making an advance towards him. One thing led to another, and he shivved him twice in the chest. They say that, like we're watching Lockup. Pedestrians called 911. They thought he had just passed out. Some like tourists trying to help this guy. They saw multiple stab wounds in his chest, the cops did, rushed him to a hospital where he died. There were 6 people there, all tourists, trying to help the guy. They thought he was overcome by heat. Turns out it was a knife. Mother of goodness gracious, Eloise. That's Kid Creole, one time famous and...
And you blew it! You blew it!
What's my connection with Grandmaster Flash? I worked for Kid Rock. I worked for Chris Rock. Kid Rock. Jesus Christ, I'm all over the map. I worked for Chris Rock on his HBO show. And the Grandmaster Flash was the regular. He was up in the audience spinning the... At the end of the show, Chris would go, take us out, Flash. And so I was still living in L.A. at the time, and Louis was writing for Chris. And Louis suggested I play a cop. They were, Giuliani was mayor. Every sketch was about racist cops and shit, so they fly me in from L.A. I look more like a cop than a cop. I got the outfit on, and I come in. I'm sitting in like the green room, and Grandmaster Flash comes in and looks at me real quick, like out of the corner of his eye, and he grabs his bag, and then and runs out, and like all nervous and shit. And then he came up to me after. It was my first time on there, and I. Oh shit! He saw me in the sketch. He goes, "I thought you was fucking 5-0, and I had weed in my bag and shit." Yeah, so that's my connection. That means I'm famous too. But that was great. What a gig that was, man. It was my favorite gig. Had a corner office like on the 33rd floor. Chris would come in and go, "Hey, it's like 80 degrees. Let's go to a fucking Yankees game. Take us all to the Yankees game." And then, we'd hand in 19 sketch ideas. And then Chris and this guy, Ali Leroy, his best buddy, they go to lunch for 20 minutes and see like 3 things at lunch and come back and have 4 sketches out of it. I mean, we did get a lot of stuff done, but I'm just saying. But when I read that about Grandmaster Flash, Kid Creole, oof. Maybe doing time next to soft serve. We don't know. Where do you go now? Like tonight, where's he at? Rikers or something?
Yeah,
the fucking worst. Rikers is the. It's just. You ever read about the people die? last year, some like inmate died of heat. You know, he was of heat. Fucking nobody checked on him. It was like 119 in his cell. Just unbelievable. The shit. Rikers is always in the news. Then there was a couple of female correction broads, sneaking in drugs and blowing guys and shit. I'm trying to get a job over there. It's a good situation. Anyhow, why did I get on that story? That was kind of bad timing on my part. I just wanted to point it out. Brandon, I want your thoughts on this because you're 20. You'll be what, 11 on Tuesday? How old are you? 25.
Indeed, yeah.
Bridal shop. We haven't heard one of these stories in 3 minutes. Bridal shop refused to sell lesbians wedding dresses, and so now they're catching a rash of shit.
I'm really gay. I'm super duper gay.
I guess they.
I'm gayer than a rainbow. I'm gayer than I'll say. Gay. I'm really gay.
Oh, I don't know how to make it gay.
You can act like a man. What's the matter with you?
Yeah, nothing. The owners of a Pennsylvania bridal store say they received threats after refusing to sell a wedding gown to a lesbian couple. The lesbian couple took to social media to vent. Why would you do that, lesbian couple? Now you're going to bring all kinds of heat on. And this story is wildly... Police Chief Roger Van Loan says the alleged threats range from a prank moving van sent to the store to threats of bodily harm. Police are investigating. Are they really?
Just the facts, ma'am.
All right. Shop co-owner Victoria Miller says they're only accepting prearranged customers until they feel it's safe to reopen. W Bridal, that's the name of the place, also created controversy in 2014 for refusing to serve lesbians. At the time, Miller said providing 2 women dresses for a sanctified marriage would break God's law. Yeah, no, now here's where I part with my right-wing friends. I would sell the wedding dress. I'm in business. I want cashish. But again, I don't have any, values or any morals or any ethics. I don't believe in anything, so. But you can't. But if it's your business, you can decide who you want to do business with, too. Am I right? But you can't discriminate based on sex is one of them, isn't it? Sexual orientation?
Mm-hmm.
Orientation. Orientation. Yeah, you haven't done it.
I haven't done it in a while.
Yeah, come on. What's the matter? You pouty and shit? You think I'm not going elsewhere?
What? You're so paranoid.
I'm paranoid. You're sitting there with an uninterested look on your face. Oh, he's tired from the Fish concert.
I can't be tired one day.
No, you
I
can't.
Put my sweat and tears.
You fucking know you can't. Sweat and tears every time we go on the air. One of your buttons is off and shit.
That's such horseshit, and you know it.
Oh my God, you sound like the goddamn guy from San Diego. Why don't you settle for mediocrity? Like the fuck? Was your button off or was it not today?
One time.
Brandon, one time.
You know, I fucking hate the way you make me fucking ride you.
I bet about...
Now get the fuck out of here.
That's a $9.50.
That's a... $9.50. Yeah, and it's not baseball we're talking about. It's your fucking job. You got to have all the buttons turned on the same way.
I'm not saying I'm perfect.
Oh, perfect. P.U. You fucking... dude, come on. You got to fucking... you're doing a great job, but let's be honest. P fucking you.
I'm not smiling the whole entire time, and you go, you're leaving. What are you doing?
It's not that you're not smiling. You're like a chick on the rag over there.
Are you kidding
You're
me?
so fucking not even listening to what's going on. You're zoning out. I'm talking to you. I need your support. I need your help. I'm going in for a pay raise in like 2 weeks. I know you got one today. Somebody told me. Ooh, I think I might have been right. You just kind of... It's the first time you smiled today.
It's not... We've been...
we've been... Here's a song for you, Andy.
I'm gay. I'm really gay. I'm super duper gay. I'm gayer than a rainbow. You smug cocksucker.
Hey. You call me a smug. Get it?
And you blew it.
I did.
You blew it.
I did. Anyhow, he. So, I don't know. We only have what do we got? 6 minutes? 7? I don't know how to make a clock.
6 minutes on the nose.
6 minutes on the nose. But I personally sell the dresses to the...
That's a 2 for 1. I mean, two dresses, one couple. It's a lesbian couple. You're selling 2 dresses right there, unless one's wearing a suit like they do sometimes.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
We don't want to prejudge these people. One of them's probably going to have a nice top hat and a nice 3-piece suit.
Tails.
And tails and... Again, but people. I always get, you're conservative and shit. No, I fucking, I do. I was raised Catholic. You fucking.
Fuck you! Fuck you!
I look over, and Fiore's he's doing an exaggerated, I'm interested. He's got both fists under his chin with his big shit-eating grin. Oh, you're such a horrible person. Were you this lackadaisical with the bomb shelter show?
Always. Bomb shelter. That's a new title.
First of all, it's bonfire. Not even the word bomb is not even in there. It's like Dean Ubabama by a... But I'm saying, sell the dresses to the chowder heads. Make the fucking. But again, that's easy for me to say. If you're really a Christian,
I'm from the state of Kim Davis, famously, who refused those.
Yes,
you know what I mean.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, but wouldn't and I don't mean to sound like a lib here, but in God's eyes, wouldn't God want you to make these lesbians happy?
To get married, to commit to
each other, instead of being out in those clubs sticking stuff into each other in stalls and shit.
What club is it?
It's called the Andy Fiore fucking toolbox.
What the hell's going on out
here? Lee, how would you feel?
I love you.
Matt in Boston on line 1. What's going on, Matt? You got some thoughts on the mooch?
Nick, born and raised Bostonian, my friend. You are the best. I love listening to you every night, my man. So listen, I have 3 boys, right?
Yeah.
Nick, I got 3 boys, 15, 11, and 8.
Right.
And one of them is a little fresh son of a gun. And when he gets fresh to me, I say, "Stop being this Scaramucci." And he's like, "Dad, who's Scaramucci?"
He's calling his kid Mooch. Dad, who's Scaramucci? He's a pussy.
What do you think Mooch is doing this summer?
What is Mooch doing this summer?
No more wife, no more job. There's Scaramucci.
Depends. It might be Kimberly Guilfoyle. So what we hear.
But Nick, listen, long-time Bostonian, my man. We're very proud of you, and I'm going to tell you one thing. No Barneys in Somerville.
All right, thanks, Matt. Take it easy. I fucking love most of my hometown. Not the ones that came out when I did Comics Come Home and got upset because I made a couple of Bernie Jew jokes. Those people. The libs. And then they blew it all out of proportion. You hear that kind of, no Barney's in some of it.
What was that reference to?
I think Barney's a clothing store. Is that what you're talking about?
Oh, I thought he said bodies. Like
no, maybe. His accent was so heavy. I was having a problem.
Barney's.
I thought he said Barney's. But, yeah. What do? You sell the dresses? What would your old man say? I bet you your old man is, probably a devout Catholic, no?
He is,
93,
absolutely.
By the way.
Church every Saturday afternoon.
Yeah.
Every week. But he has no problem with the gay people getting married at all. He really doesn't bother.
Really?
He doesn't care.
What's he, some kind of fag lover or something? No. Of course he doesn't.
Let him do what you want to do.
Exactly.
It doesn't bother his life.
That's what I'm saying. I'm a libertarian. But just don't make every commercial on every sitcom. You know what I mean? You're not fooling anybody. We know you're sticking the agenda. That's the thing. Same with feminists. People, you hate women. No, I hate the women who try to speak for other women. That's why I hate. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Or
anyone trying to speak for anybody else.
Well, the LGBT community, you seem to have it. No, I don't. It's the propaganda, Like George Carlin said, once they become a group and they start getting, slogans and armband, remember? No, but he's kind of got a good point. I think he was talking about the Nazis, maybe. He was actually talking probably Republicans back in the day. Anyways, that is it, I guess, huh? And tomorrow, I know, tomorrow is a best of, ladies and gentlemen. I got to go up to the Boston area and visit the parents. And Monday, please remember, folks, Monday, this coming Monday, August 7th, we'll be on at 8 p.m., starting at 8 p.m. in the east and 5 out west. And the middle of the country, you guys can do the math. So don't forget that. Write that down. Very important, and it's going to be fun. We'll be in drive time on the West Coast. Looking forward. Thanks to all the callers tonight, and thank you to Andy Fiore, Brendan Stipes, and we'll talk to you guys tomorrow.